I've listened to Changes in Latitudes, Changes in Attitudes by Jimmy Buffett for years.
And I listened to it once yesterday.
Welcome to Spin It. Hello, all you Parrotheads. Welcome back to Spin It, the Record Ranking podcast for people who would rather be sitting on a beach and listening to music. I'm James, and with me, we missed him so badly, it's Connor.
Love a good buffet.
Yeah, Jimmy Buffett. I wonder, though, I was thinking about this, and I was like, I've never been to Margaritaville, the restaurant. Do you think they have a buffet?
They should.
Do they call it a Jimmy Buffet? Because if I were Margaritaville, and if I were trying to be funny, I would do that.
Hey, if you don't Margaritaville, you can have that one. That one's on us.
That's on us. That's a free idea. Actually, maybe we should charge him for that. It sounds like Jimmy Buffett's estate has enough money to cover it. But hey, we're here. It's June. It's summer. Man, it's been a long winter and a short spring. But I've been gearing up for summer. I mean, we have collectively with Sunrise City and Bob Marley. But really, there's no better way to get ready for sunburn and beach life than with Jimmy Buffett. It is 5 o'clock somewhere, maybe 5 o'clock when you're listening to this podcast right now, and there's no better time.
Hey, if you're not choosing to listen to this at 5 o'clock, you've messed up.
You haven't messed up. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. That's the whole point of the song, is that it's 5 o'clock wherever you are. My boss never likes that argument, but I'm a fan. Mm-hmm. What do you know about Jimmy Buffett?
What don't I know?
That's a good question. I feel like Jimmy Buffett is the guy for a tropical...
One thing I do know is that for being a summer guy, he was born on Christmas, which I always thought was funny.
It is. That is ironic. Maybe that's why he likes summer so much. Maybe it's, like, ironic.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think when you're talking about tropical music and stuff, the Mount Rushmore of tropical, easy listening artists is just Jimmy Buffett. Like, I don't know. I feel like most people can't even name another person that makes this kind of music. I mean, except like maybe a Kenny Chesney or someone who does other stuff and then also some beach music. Jimmy Buffett feels like the beach music guy.
Yeah.
Does that seem true? Can you think of any off the top of your head?
I think so.
He really cornered the market early.
I would have maybe put some Bob Marley in there.
Well, that's true, but we just talked about how many of his songs are like politically charged and activist songs and religious songs. And
Oh, yeah, I know. That's why I said just a little bit, not all of it.
just a little bit. Yeah. Between Jammin', Margaritaville, and Pink Lemonade, you're going to have a really good summer with the Spin It playlist.
Yeah.
But you're right. Jimmy Buffett, James William Buffett, was born on Christmas Day, 1946. Quite a visit from Santa that year for his mother, Mary. Do you think maybe the stork and Santa met each other at the Buffett household and they said, "Oh, what do you know?"
Yeah, maybe they worked together to like wrap the baby in a special Christmas.
The stork brought him, Santa put a bow on him.
Yeah.
Sent him down the chimney, so to speak.
I'm just saying, like, when you get a puppy for Christmas and they're, like, in a box with holes in it so the puppy can breathe.
Yes. Do you think the stork delivers baby storks, too? I was thinking about whether it delivers baby puppies, but then I thought the more interesting question was, who delivers the baby storks?
Oh, I would think it'd have to be the storks.
Maybe it's just a mailman.
Oh.
Yeah, we, like, trade off. You can deliver the humans and we'll deliver the storks. Anyway, Jimmy Buffett shows up on Christmas, 1946, and he grew up in the South. He was born in Pascagoula, Mississippi, and he grew up mostly in southern Alabama. He was always right on the Gulf Coast. So his early interests, of course, were very sea-focused. He loved learning to sail with his grandpa, who was a steamship captain, and also his dad, who was a marine engineer. So his whole family is an ocean family. His first taste of live music came in his teenage years. In 1961, Jimmy Buffett went over to Biloxi, Mississippi, and he watched a folk band perform, and he loved it. He said, "Wow, I want to be a musician myself. I want to learn. I want to be like these folk musicians." He was already a musician in a certain sense because he had started playing the trombone in his school band, but that's a pretty far cry from folk music. So when he got home, he picked up a Stella guitar and he played his first hootenanny that very same year. So he's like 15 and already hootenannying. Hootenannying? Hooting a nanny?
Hootenanny, isn't that it?
Well, yeah, but what do you call it when you're in the act of hootenannying? It's
I think
hootenannying.
it's exactly that.
Yeah, what do you know?
Hootenannying.
Wonderful. Well, he's learning that, but that's a hobby that it would take some time to develop. He went off to college at Auburn, and he improved his playing by learning from his frat brothers. He initially started picking up the guitar more often because he wanted attention from girls. Mm-hmm. And in fact, he wanted attention from girls a little too much. It took Jimmy Buffett a grand total of 2 semesters to flunk out of school. Pretty darn close to the world record, I think.
Yeah.
He was, quote, unable to balance his newfound interest in music and girls with his college classes. We've all been there, except me.
Yeah. You know, it's the American way.
I thought you were going to say the American dream to flunk out of a nice college. Well, this was Jimmy Buffett's dream, though. After leaving college, he joined an acid rock band, a little Jefferson Airplane-esque situation, and he actually went back to community college to finish up a degree in history. Gotta love that. He finished school in 1969, and he was lucky enough to fail his physical so that he didn't get drafted into the Vietnam War. You want to talk about a change in latitudes that changes your attitude a lot. The Vietnam War was probably both of those things in a bad way.
You said, sorry, Army. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, sorry, Army. He talks like Buster Bluth. So after 1969, Jimmy moved down, or more accurately, over, because he was already kind of as down as you can get in Biloxi, but he moved over to New Orleans, and he started to perform in nightclubs on Bourbon Street, really getting his sea legs as a live performer in the local bar scene. Then he came up, like definitively up, to Nashville in 1970, but he struggled to break into the music scene here, and instead he ended up in journalism as an editorial assistant for Billboard. Didn't realize that Jimmy Buffett was a writer.
Yeah.
Actually, he also has a unique distinction. He was the very first person to break the news in the music world that the iconic country duo Flatt and Scruggs broke up.
Oh.
We haven't talked about them yet. I think we've seen Earl Scruggs in a few places, but man, we should talk about them sometime because they really could play a banjo. I think you'd like them. We might have to put them on the to-do list for next year.
Yeah, I think Jimmy Buffett's one of the few writers as well to win for both fiction and nonfiction.
That is true. Yes.
Most pick one or the other.
Yeah, no, he's done both. He is a New York Times best-selling author. Jimmy Buffett's written 8 books in total. So the beginning of the writer's career makes sense. There's a handful of fiction books and then a memoir called A Pirate Looks at 50. And he wrote some children's books with his daughter, too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yep.
And while he was here, writing for Billboard and stuff, Jimmy Buffett got a job at Nashville's iconic Exit Inn. It's an awesome music venue. It is pretty close to downtown. I've been there a few times, and in fact, you've almost been there. It's right across the street from where we saw Unwell.
Uh-oh.
I think I pointed it out to you, and we looked at it.
Yeah.
They have all kinds of names on the wall of the artists who have performed there, and there were some big ones. But I had no idea that he worked there. I mean, that's sick. Jimmy did eventually end up with a 2-album contract. The first album he made sold a whopping 324 copies. That's it.
So many.
Yeah, 324, not 324,000.
I've never sold anywhere near that many of anything.
That can't be true.
Why can't it? I don't sell a lot of stuff.
Well, if you've like sold a can of peas, you've sold 324 things.
I've never sold a can of peas.
I know, but like if you've ever done a garage sale and you've sold a toy with 324 pieces or something, I don't know.
I don't think that counts. I think the item is one item. It's the classic, like, are you allowed to go through the 20 item or less self-checkout if you have a can of peas? I think the answer is yes.
Well, that's only one barcode, but it's still 320 peas.
It's one item.
It depends. But he sold 324 copies. You're right. That is more probably than I've sold of anything also. More than there are episodes of this podcast so far.
It's true. We'll come back. We'll do Jimmy Buffett again on our 325th episode, just so we can rub it in his face.
Yeah, maybe. So for his first album, he sells 324 copies. The label just straight up lost his second album. They just didn't put it out. It just disappeared. At least it disappeared until Jimmy Buffett became a big star. Then suddenly, surprise, surprise, oh, they found that in a drawer somewhere, dusted it off and started selling it. But before that happened, Jimmy has one album out. It's not doing well. He's frustrated. He's tired. His first marriage is heading down the tubes. The music's not going anywhere. Business is tough. He says, I need a vacation, which is a thing Jimmy Buffett would say, all the time throughout his life. But he says, I need a vacation. He decides to go down with country singer Jeff Walker to Key West, Florida. They're going on a quote-unquote busking expedition.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I guess they just picked up their guitars and made their way down there, busking along the way. They get to Key West. Oh, and it changed his life. Jimmy Buffett loved Key West, which is understandable for a guy who was so tropically inclined. In 1971, he decided to move down there. permanently and start living his best life. He met a lot of authors and other writers like Tom Corcoran and Truman Capote. He got a job as a first mate on a yacht, and he had a steady gig playing for drinks in a local bar. He even met his second wife in Key West. I mean, everything that Jimmy Buffett loves is happening in Key West. He also started to have more success in music with a little more practice and time. He signed a new recording contract with ABC in 1973, and after one of ABC's major stars, Jim Croce, tragically passed away in a plane crash, they really kind of started pushing Jimmy Buffett as the next thing to try and fill that void that Jim Croce left. Jimmy Buffett's real second record, since the first second record was lost, was called A White Sport Coat and a Pink Crustacean. I guess Jimmy Buffett really has a thing for long album titles. And White Sport Coat, it's got a few strong songs on it, like Grapefruit Juicy Fruit and Why Don't We Get Drunk. It sold a lot better than his first record, though that's kind of a low bar, but it did make him enough money to buy himself a boat. His next record was called Livin' and Dyin' in 3/4 Time, and it featured his first Hot 100 single, Come Monday. And then in 1974, his A1A record has a big hit, A Pirate Looks at 40. All big songs, man. So, by 1975, a few records in, Jimmy Buffett founds the Coral Reefer Band, which is great.
Awesome name.
It is. Yeah, you can't pick a better name for Jimmy Buffett, the Coral Reefer Band. And his future wife really helped snazz up their aesthetics. They ditched their previous ripped jeans and collarless shirts for a more clean-cut look. They looked more put together. Hawaiian shirts came into the mix. They even had the chance to open for the Eagles in 1975. That's the One of These Nights era. So Jimmy Buffett and the Eagles is quite a ticket. His sixth album, Havana Daydreamin', was solid. So he's had some beachy hits and good times through his first 30 years of life. And in January of 1977, and again, the most ironic timing in the world, January for a beachy Jimmy Buffett record? But whatever, you know? January of 1977, Jimmy Buffett was about to release the record that would change his life forever. Like, that made him Jimmy Buffett. That record is, of course, Changes in Latitudes, Changes in Attitudes. Side note, I really ironed out all the spelling misconceptions I had about latitudes when I was working on these notes. 1 T in latitudes, 2 in attitudes. Well, I mean, there's 2 and 3, but you know, there's no consecutive T's in latitudes. Changes is his 7th album, and it proved to be his big break. It features 3 covers and 7 original tracks. Some of them turned into major hits, like the title track, and obviously to a much greater degree, Margaritaville. Changes was Buffett's best-selling studio album of all time, and it turned him into a major name in music for the rest of his life. It was very critically acclaimed, and it kick-started a period of really ridiculous success. It ended up peaking at number 12 on the Billboard 200 and climbed even higher to number 2 on the country charts. Another side note, I guess. How do you feel about Jimmy Buffett being classified as a country artist? He wins a lot of country awards. He's kind of lumped in there with the country community.
Yeah, he does a lot of duets with country stars.
Yes.
I honestly don't know what genre you'd put him in otherwise.
I know. I mean, he kind of stands alone. Again, he's the guy on the Mount Rushmore, so it's Jimmy Buffett 4 times up there.
Yeah.
So he's kind of, I don't know, just a tropical pop, easy listening, island music. It feels like any other way you classify him would be a little too specific. But I don't know, he's never felt country much at all to me. Although I guess I can hear it when you throw Alan Jackson on a track with him. I don't know, Lil Alan, JB. But Changes, critically acclaimed. The Richmond Times-Dispatch said the record combines the voice and instrumentation of a West Coast country rocker with the attitude of an undergraduate who prematurely retired to Barbados, which is not too far from what Jimmy Buffett actually did. For the record, Jimmy worked with a great team. The Coral Reefer Band featured a diverse array of instruments, from traditional drums, guitar, and congas to more outlandish things like flutes and harmonicas, full-fledged string arrangements, organs, all sorts of stuff. In total, the Coral Reefer Band is 12 people, including Jimmy himself. And he worked with Hall of Fame producer Norbert Putnam, who's known for his work with legends like Roy Orbison, Linda Ronstadt, The Byrds, the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, even Elvis. Today, Changes is certified platinum. Its big singles have done even better than that. So, yeah, Buffett, he's on the rise. His opening stint with the Eagles turned into a headlining slot in amphitheaters nationwide, and he played a very big majority of his shows outdoors for the rest of his life. This is the time that genuine Parrotheads started to emerge. His fans started to call themselves Parrotheads, and the little kids became Keats, and they would tailgate. They'd turn his shows into all-day beach parties. Are you a Parrothead? Would you consider yourself a Parrothead? I don't know.
I would like to consider myself a parrothead, but I don't know if I feel like I now am a parrothead.
Okay.
I don't think I could have called myself that before because I didn't know that was the term.
You were just an egghead. You were still hatching.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say, I know what you are after that Weezer episode. You're a pigeon head.
Yeah, I am.
After Changes, Jimmy moved from Key West down to St. Bart's, and he put out another of his biggest records, Son of a Sailor. That's the home of Cheeseburger in Paradise. Mm-hmm. Another of his iconic hits, and another of his eventual restaurant chains.
Though that one's dead now, right?
Yeah, Cheeseburger in Paradise did not make it. In 1979, Buffett put out Volcano with another pair of hits, and his Songs You Know by Heart compilation, which came out in 1985, moved more than 7 million copies over its first 20 years. His first Margaritaville-themed business venture was a t-shirt shop in Alabama, which, of course, flopped, but it evolved into the flagship restaurant chain, Margaritaville. The first one opened up in Key West in 1987, and they expanded into nearly a dozen locations in the U.S. and the Caribbean. Allegedly, I don't know how true this really is, but statistics say at one point, the Las Vegas Margaritaville location was supposed to be the highest grossing restaurant in the entire country.
Wow.
That seems unreal to me. That seems like it can't be true.
I think it could be.
Do you think? I don't know. But Las Vegas isn't even a beach. I mean, there's a lot of sand. It's a desert, but...
Yeah, but think about how many people go there.
That's true. It is kind of a destination spot. Tourists and... Yeah. Plus, people are probably willing to pay higher prices. So, highest grossing. I could see it. So, he's making business moves. He's building a portfolio. In the meantime, his music is still doing well. He recorded with Frank Sinatra. He sued Chi-Chi's Mexican restaurant. You remember Chi-Chi's?
No, I don't.
Oh. I think I went to one before they closed down.
I don't think... I've never been to a Chi-Chi's. I never was at Cheeseburger in Paradise. I've never been to Margaritaville.
You've never lived.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with my life.
I actually did think about that. I was like, the last time you were in Nashville, I was like, we should have done Margaritaville.
Yeah.
Next time, maybe. Now that you're a baby Parrothead chick. But yeah, he did Sinatra. He did Chi-Chi's lawsuits. He and Bono got shot at in an airplane by the Jamaican police. The usual stuff. That happened because the police thought that the plane was smuggling marijuana. It was not. But, you know, I can understand their concern. When you're in a band called the Coral Reefer Band, it's going to raise some eyebrows. By the early 2000s, the turn of the millennium, Jimmy Buffett was doing great financially. Cheeseburger in Paradise, which again is now defunct, it opened its first restaurant in 2002. He dropped his touring schedule way down to just a few dozen dates a year, and he spent the rest of the time chilling, relaxing, earning his license to chill, if you will, which is the name of his 25th record, and his first album to top the US pop charts, by the way. In 2003, he had his next major hit, that little duet with Alan Jackson, It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere. That earned him his very first award.
Wow.
In 2003, I know. It was a CMA award for Vocal Event of the Year. He was almost 50. But in the first decade of the new millennium, Buffett opened an Atlantic City casino. He launched a satellite radio station, did philanthropy to support Hurricane Katrina and Haitian earthquake victims. He developed his Land Shark lager with Anheuser-Busch, and he kept touring. And even in spite of his low-key touring schedule, he still sold more than 4.5 million tickets and was the 10th biggest touring artist of the entire decade. Everybody wants to go see Buffett. He also got the Miami Dolphins Stadium named after his Land Shark lager for a season, and he had a partial ownership stake in 2 minor league baseball teams. What a guy. And as he and his fan base got older and older and older, his investments got even more surreal. Did you know that Jimmy Buffett opened a $1 billion, 3,900 home Margaritaville retirement village?
Yeah.
You can go retire in Margaritaville. You can waste away.
Dang.
Pardon, that's a little crude. You can waste away in Margaritaville.
Yeah, jeez.
If that's not their slogan, I mean, it should be, right? I don't know.
I don't think it should be.
Maybe not. Oh, man. But he made his own Coral Reefer marijuana brand in 2018. Dude was very busy. In all, his portfolio and his brand ended up skyrocketing his net worth to just over $1 billion by April of 2023. Actually, he and Warren Buffett weren't related, but they kind of joked that they were. They called each other cousin or something. But what are the odds that there's 2 Buffett billionaires?
1 in a billion. 2 in a billion.
Maybe 2 in 8 or 9 billion, probably, which is just 1 in 4 billion. In more recent times, Jimmy Buffett featured on the Zac Brown Band's beachy hit Knee Deep. Do you know that one? Do you know the Zac Brown Band much?
Yeah.
I thought so. Everybody knows Zac Brown after Survivor.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, not the worst twist in that season. Probably the worst moment of television on the season, but not the worst twist.
It's a bit long and unnecessary. Jimmy Buffett's final headlining concert performance was a San Diego Stadium show in 2023. He passed away from aggressive carcinoma, skin cancer, on September 1st, 2023, at the age of 76. There was a massive tribute concert in his honor at the Hollywood Bowl, which featured performances and appearances by everyone from Paul McCartney to Snoop Dogg to the Eagles to Harrison Ford. Han Solo showed up to the Jimmy Buffett tribute.
Wow.
Yeah. There was a posthumous record, too, called Equal Strain on All Parts that came out in November. In total, Buffett put out 32 studio albums and 14 live albums. He sold more than 20 million albums around the world and probably had just about the best time anybody could have doing it. What a chill, happy guy. He once described his own music as drunken Caribbean rock and roll, and he said, "It's pure escapism is all it is. I'm not the first one to do it, nor shall I probably be the last, but I think it's really a part of the human condition that you've got to have some fun. You've got to get away from whatever you're doing to make a living or other parts of life that stress you out. I try to make it at least 50-50 fun to work, and so far it's worked out." So yeah, that's Jimmy Buffett's life and legacy. As for his awards and accolades, again, he earned his first major awards at 50. He was a late bloomer, but he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2024 because, again, what genre is he? Put him in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Why not? His hometown of Pascagoula, Mississippi, named a bridge after him in 2015. He earned an honorary doctorate and spoke at commencement at the University of Miami. August 30th, 2024 was Jimmy Buffett Day in Florida, and they named a huge stretch of highway after him, the road that leads down to Key West. It is a whopping 340 miles long. That is more than 1 mile for every album he sold from his first record. That also means Jimmy Buffett's highway is going to be in Grand Theft Auto 6.
Theoretically, which is awesome.
It's pretty cool. And he also earned a posthumous Florida Governor's Medal of Freedom in 2025, which is one of the state's highest civilian honors. So yeah, we already talked about how he's a New York Times bestselling author. He's also done some live theater, movie soundtrack work, voiceover work. He's got some acting creds. I mostly left all that to the Mixtaper, but Jimmy Buffett seems to have quite an IMDb page. Give him a look if you want to know more. Lots of cameos in beachy roles, I think. But there's even a jukebox musical about him called Escape to Margaritaville. But I think that's what we've got.
Indeed.
Time for the Mixtaper to come on out here for some Factor Spin.
Hey, it's me, the Mixtaper.
Hello, Mixtaper. Are you ready for the summer? Ready to go to the beach?
You know what they say. It's spin o'clock somewhere.
Oh, it's lie o'clock somewhere would have fit the rhyme scheme a little better, maybe.
I don't lie, I spin.
Okay, you know what? Touche. I bet there's a lot of wild stuff about Jimmy Buffett. I bet there's a lot of beachy things that you could know about him. I mean, 50-50 ratio of fun to work means there's a lot of fun he's had that I don't know about.
It's true. Up first, he was attacked in one of his own Margaritaville restaurants.
He was attacked in his own Margaritaville. I think it's redundant to say his own Margaritaville. I mean, they're all his, right?
Just instead of his own restaurant, instead of just a restaurant.
Well, that's true. He was attacked in his own Margaritaville. By whom? A stranger? An anti-fan? A hater?
A dinosaur.
What? That's not what I thought you'd say at all. Jimmy Buffett was attacked by a dinosaur in Margaritaville?
Yeah.
Well, they're extinct.
Yeah.
Just like Cheeseburger in Paradise. What kind of dinosaur?
A pterosaur.
Oh, scary stuff. Is this a movie cameo for like a Jurassic World?
It sure is.
It always is. For once, can't we have a real dinosaur attack? Well, here's the thing. First of all,
Jurassic World came out back in 2015, 2016?
Has it been that long? I suppose so.
Yeah, Jurassic World was 2015. And yeah, he cameos in that.
Wow. I mean, not to victim blame, but first of all, I mean, if you're putting your Margaritaville in the dinosaur theme park, you gotta be prepared, right? You have to assume some liability for the dinosaur attacks.
Well, hang on now. I don't know about that. If I put a Margaritaville in Disney and then a Mickey Mouse attacks me,
the boss
I'm
man.
not. You can't say, "Well, you should have known. You should have known." You're liable.
I mean,
I think there's an implied amount of safety that the park is providing.
Well, that's fair enough. Well, what's the context? How does the dinosaur get into the Margaritaville?
Oh, well, in classic Jurassic Park fashion, life finds a way.
It does.
And the dinosaurs get out of the enclosures and attack. And there's a bunch of Margaritaville stuff at the park to try to, ground it in some sort of realism, because why wouldn't you on a tropical island have a Margaritaville? Mm-hmm. And there's a very infamous scene in that attack scene where you almost don't even notice it if you're not paying attention, but you see Jimmy Buffett running away with the rest of the crowd, saving 2 margaritas.
Fantastic. So he doesn't get, attacked. Does he live through the dinosaur attack? Does he save the margaritas?
Unknown. Well, I mean, he definitely saves the margaritas, but for how long, I don't know.
That's awesome. A blink and you'll miss it cameo in Jurassic World. Of course there's a Margaritaville there.
I mean, the camera kind of zooms in on him, but you have to know who he is to...
Right, to get the full weight of the joke.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to say this is a fact. I think that's fantastic. That's an awesome cameo to write in there. And I guess a Margaritaville to ground it in realism. Why not? And I guess even if there's not a Margaritaville there. Oh, that's the real trick. What if there wasn't a Margaritaville there? And it's just a Jimmy Buffett cameo with his margaritas. Okay. I'm walking it back.
Whoa, he's walking it back.
Yeah, I'm saying spin. Maybe there's not so much branding and product placement for Margaritaville in Jurassic World, but a Jimmy Buffett cameo where he's running with margaritas makes sense to me. Surely they could get him and not really need to promo Margaritaville. I bet he'd do it without that extra promo. I'm saying spin, but I'm saying Jimmy Buffett's probably still in Jurassic World.
This is a true fact.
Oh, man. I thought I remembered hearing about that cameo. When you said he was running with margaritas, I was like, that sounds familiar. Because I
thought it might.
Did they use it in trailers and promo and stuff? I feel like for some reason I saw it somewhere. But I wasn't sure if you added on the Margaritaville thing to make it into a spin.
Nope. So the second one I just sent you is the actual scene, but it's very grainy. So then the first one I sent you is the scene way clearer, but they've put Margarita Man music over it instead of the actual scene playing out.
Oh dear. Oh, there he is grabbing his margaritas.
Yeah, just gotta save him.
That's so fun. I should watch Jurassic World.
See, that's what I'm saying. This is what I think you thought Jurassic Park was gonna be.
Yeah.
All these people in here when the dinosaurs get loose.
Yes.
But yeah, they put the restaurant in Jurassic World. It's a significant element of the film's setting. It serves as a symbol throughout the thing of the actual park area. The restaurant is attacked, and they said there's all to add a layer of authenticity to this being an actual park.
They got the Margaritaville.
Mm-hmm. So you could argue that's the most wild Margaritaville location.
Seems like it. Even more wild than the Las Vegas one.
Oh, and to celebrate the release of Jurassic World, a bunch of the margarita restaurants actually came out with limited time special menus inspired by the movie.
Oh, that's fun.
Such as the Indominus Rex burger, the Triassic shrimp pasta.
Ridiculous.
Pterodactyl wings instead of chicken wings.
Or perhaps the Jurassic World burger in paradise.
Yeah.
Whatever. If I ever start watching movies, your factor spin is going to really suffer.
Yeah. Next. He was a fan of a good matinee.
Oh no, another movie fact potentially. Fan of a good matinee.
Yeah.
A matinee of what? A movie? Or a stage show?
Well, he was just a founder of the Save the Matinee Club.
Oh, I don't think that's right.
Hey, matinees, the big...
The big sea cows?
Gray sea cows, yeah.
Yeah, the matinees. That's what I thought you were going to say. Ridiculous. Jimmy Buffett and the matinees. The manatees.
Oh, is that how that... the manatees. That's how that word's said.
Oh, yeah. That's great. Well, manatees, they're pretty endangered. Mm-hmm. And I know a big thing that's a danger to manatee is boats. Mm-hmm. Because, they swim kind of close to the surface, and a boat has a rudder and a propeller and all that stuff down in the water. And so if you're not careful, there's a lot of penalties if you mess with a manatee. Mm-hmm. So Jimmy Buffett's a Save the Manatees guy.
Yeah.
Did you say he founded the foundation?
He was co-founder of the Save the Manatee Club, yeah.
Wow. Okay, what does the Save the Manatee Club do? What are their...
Save the manatees.
Yeah, but how? Do they do events? Do they do rescue?
It's just a nonprofit 501c3 organization that you can... It's one of those you pay to be a member of the club, and then those proceeds go towards conservation and protection.
Nice.
And then they do all sorts of different activist activities, volunteer times, fundraising events, that kind of stuff. He helped create the Save the Manatee license plate that was officially released in Florida back in 1986.
That's awesome. So does he do a lot of active charity work, like fundraising things and, signing people up? Or Is his name just attached to it mostly?
Yeah, no, he was big on it. He has his whole website, actually, www.jimmybuffett.com, that you can join the Fin Club.
The Fin Club?
Yeah, the Fin Club. Proceeds go towards Save the Manatees.
Wow. Fin Club instead of Fan Club is fantastic. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I think Jimmy Buffett, probably would be a fan of saving manatees. Have you ever seen a manatee, like not at the zoo?
No.
They look just like they do in the zoo. It's pretty cool.
Whoa. I've never been out in the ocean deep enough to see a manatee. Not in a zoo.
I don't think they're too deep in the ocean. The reason that they get hit by boats is they're mostly in like Everglades and shallower.
Yeah, but they're not going to be like I think the most I've ever been in the ocean was like swimming from the beach. I've never been out on a boat in the ocean.
No, I saw one on a boat dock.
Oh.
Yeah, they'll poke their little noses up.
Wow.
The old sea cow. Can't believe sailors used to think those were women and jump off the boats for them.
Hey, enough days at sea and you'll go crazy if you don't eat enough oranges.
That's, the scurvy will get you.
That's what they say.
That's what they say. I've heard it. Here's my picture of a manatee.
Oh.
This is a little nose.
I want to boop the snoot.
Yeah. Let me look something up.
Whoa. What are we looking up?
I'm just looking up the boop the snoot laws. If you touch, feed, or harass a manatee, you could spend up to 60 days in jail and a $500 fine. But other violations can lead up to $50,000 in fines and a year in prison.
So what if I'm saving it? What if I'm touching it to save it? What if booping the snoot was to get it out of the way of an oncoming boat?
I don't think that's how it works.
You don't know.
So then do you get hit by the boat if you're pushing a manatee out of the way?
Yeah. It's like Get Down, Mr. Presidenting the manatee.
Oh, sure. I think this Jimmy Buffett thing's a fact. I like it. I think he is, saving the manatees.
This is a true fact.
All right. What a guy. There he is with the manatee license plates. Oh, his license plate is Buffett? That's awesome. The other license plates don't have anything to do with the people holding them.
Yeah, no.
But Buffett is fantastic. Save the manatees. Protect your local wildlife, especially the endangered ones.
Then I sent you a link to the Fin Club page, and then also here's a picture I found.
Oh, that's cool. It's just a picture of a manatee with a margarita. Jimmy Buffett guitar strap. That's great.
Playing the guitar. Yeah.
So he's a fan of a good matinee.
Yeah.
A good afternoon movie.
Up next, a bird named his birds.
A bird named his birds?
Mm-hmm.
Do you mean to say that Jimmy Buffett had a bird that named all his other birds, or are his birds named things like Squawk and Caw? Tweet.
Neither.
Okay. Well, who named his birds?
A bird.
Yeah, which one? Is it a bird that I know?
It is one you would know.
Okay. After this boss man fact where Mickey Mouse was the boss man, I'm just like, is Donald Duck the bird that named the birds? I don't know. Who's the bird?
Timothy B. Schmidt.
Oh, he is a bird. He's an eagle.
Yeah.
That's clever. Nicely done. A bird named his birds. So Timothy B. Schmidt named Jimmy Buffett's birds.
Uh-huh.
How many birds does Jimmy Buffett have? What kind of birds are they?
Oh, millions. Millions of birds.
Millions?
They're all parrots.
Millions of parrots?
Mm-hmm.
I've always heard, and I guess I don't mean always because I don't know how often I've needed to hear it. Everyone says don't get parrots because they outlive you. I mean, if you get a parrot...
I think that's cool, though.
Yeah, it's cool, but then your parrot has to, experience grief when you die.
Yeah, that's true.
They live for so long.
Mm-hmm. These parrots don't quite live as long, I think.
Oh, if you get a macaw or a cockatoo, their lifespan is 50 to 80 years.
Yeah, so get it when you're 5 and maybe you'll be good.
Maybe you'll be good. I wouldn't give my parrot to a 5-year-old. They teach it all kinds of ridiculous things. So how do you say Jimmy Buffett has so many parrots? Does he have an aviary? Or are these a species that he's adopted, taken under his wing like the manatees?
I doubt they call themselves an aviary, but that'd be hilarious.
What is it? Where are the birds?
All over the world. You're probably one. You're one of Jimmy Buffett's birds. I'm one.
Oh,
for sure.
Got it. You're talking about parrot heads.
Yeah, I am.
Parrot heads, not real birds.
A bird named his birds.
Timothy B. Schmidt coined the term parrot heads.
Uh-huh.
Wonderful. What? How did he do that? Was that, when he was opening for the Eagles, I'm sure. How did it come up, this parrot head thing?
Yeah, it was at a concert in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Were people dressed up as parrots or what?
Well, he noticed a lot of people in the audience wearing, bright colored shirts and parrot hats. And he said, "You guys look like a bunch of parrot heads." And thus the term was birthed.
Wow, hatched.
hatched.
Wonderful. So this happens, after Changes in Latitudes. When does this happen? The mid-late 70s?
1985.
1985? Mm-hmm. Oh, goodness. So he's already famous. He's already big enough that enough people would go to an Eagles concert excited to see Jimmy Buffett as well.
Yeah, wearing bright-colored tropical shirts and parrot hats,
Naturally. I think I believe this.
However, his birds have outgrown him.
They've outgrown him?
Yeah. Well, like you were just saying, they outlived him for sure.
Yeah.
They've outgrown him. It's more than just a name now for Jimmy Buffett fans. In fact, they claim that they're not parrot heads because they're Jimmy Buffett fans. They're Jimmy Buffett fans because they're parrot heads.
Oh, dear. It's entrenched. It's a lifestyle.
It's absolutely a lifestyle. In fact, there are more than 200 parrot head clubs all around the world that you can join.
Wow. What do they do?
All sorts of stuff. The first club was founded in 1989, so just, if you're doing the math there, 4 years after the term was coined, down in Atlanta, Georgia, actually. They have a bunch of different charities, such as Singing for Change, the Lone Palm Foundation. They're, of course, continuing on with the work of the Save the Manatee Club. They partner with them. They've got the Parrothead Reef Project down in Key West. They partner with the Alzheimer's Association.
Wow.
They have an annual convention every year called the Meeting of the Minds.
Parrothead Con.
Yeah, the Parrot Heads in Paradise is the name of the official business that runs all the chapters. And the Parrot Heads in Paradise host the annual MOTM, Meeting of the Minds. At least this year it's in Gulf Shores, Alabama.
That's fun.
We could go. It's Wednesday, October 21st to Sunday, October 25th. You should register.
We most certainly cannot go.
Well, we absolutely could. We always have the option. It's the 34th annual Meeting of the Minds. Would you like to know how much it costs to go to the Meeting of the Minds?
Oh, there's a fee?
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to know.
Well, for that, you're going to have to play everybody's new favorite spin a game show. Guess that parrot amount.
Parrot amount?
Yeah, dollar
just
amount.
changing the dollars to parrots.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to start with the point of Jared Leto's Private Island cult retreat. Kind of work from there. Because that feels like a weirdly similar experience, except everyone wears a lot more colors instead of just white robes. I think I'm going to say, how long is this retreat?
4 days.
4-day Meeting of the Mind retreat.
And this doesn't include hotel.
$800.
Less.
Okay, good. $500.
More for VIP, less for general.
Okay, we're right in the ballpark. I'm not going for very important parrot status.
Yeah, very important parrot status is $529. General registration is $229. And then the 4-night hotel package is $1,680 for the hotel. Or if you're staying, oh my gosh, at this other one, it's $4,440 up to $8,880 if you want the penthouse 4-day package. It's nuts.
Wow.
But anyway, yeah, a bird named his birds.
I love this. I think it's true. I'm going to say that's a fact.
This is a true fact.
Rock on. Timothy B. Schmidt, an unlikely source.
Indeed.
So the Eagles sued the Eagles, and a bird named the birds.
Exactly.
All your Eagles facts get a little weird with the bird thing. Amazing.
Blast. Final ramp.
Final ramp. About to make landfall. Don't tell me Jimmy Buffett kidnapped the Easter Bunny.
He lost his seat to a hat.
No way. Oh, it's here. On a plane, right? A seat on a plane to a hat. This is the recurring fact. Mm-hmm. Okay, you didn't say the plane part. I was just being sure.
Yes, sir. He lost his seat on a plane to a hat.
Wow. When was the last time we talked about this? It doesn't come up nearly as much as Ryan the Ghost did. The Rolling Stones, maybe episode 200. Someone lost their seat on a plane to a hat because of Mick Jagger. Then Reba, 146. Mm-hmm. Then Beyonce, 96. Then Radiohead, 53. Then Gabrielle Aplin, 42. So traditionally, this fact has been someone goes to get on a plane. There's been a couple variations. Sometimes the artist is the one that loses their seat on an airplane to a hat that someone is flying to a different place, shipping or traveling or something. Mm-hmm. Sometimes the artist is the one that takes someone else's seat away with the hat. But you're saying Jimmy Buffett lost the seat because someone else put a hat in it.
Not necessarily.
Okay, well, what happened? What's the Jimmy Buffett variant on this long-running fact? For 115 episodes.
It's quite an extreme variant. So let's start with, Jimmy Buffett, avid flyer of aerial vehicles.
Totally.
Has his pilot's license, all that jazz. He and Chris Blackwell from Island Records, and U2's Bono and Bono's family were all in Jimmy Buffett's plane flying to Jamaica.
Yeah, when the police shot at him.
Right, setting the stage for where we're at.
Yes, love it. I'm excited to get more details on this because I was intrigued and sad when I discovered that fact because, when I find something like that, I'm obligated to put it on the rundown so that you know that I know it before fact or spin. Mm-hmm. But I didn't want to look more into it just in case. So we're setting the scene. Bono, Blackwell, Buffett. Mm-hmm. It's a plane full of bees.
A plane full of bees. Turns out, also on the plane was Buffett's signature oversized straw hat.
Lovely.
And it was perched on one of the empty seats in the plane.
Yeah.
And when they landed, the officials on the ground became very alarmed by an unidentified figure wearing sunglasses and refusing to answer questions.
The seat with the hat on it?
That turns out to be what it was, yes. I don't know how they thought it was wearing sunglasses or why they thought it, but yeah, the hat perched on the seat they thought was a person that was refusing to answer questions.
That was in the plane and not cooperating?
Yeah, and I guess because at this time there was a lot of drug traffic and smuggling going on.
Yeah.
So they were on heightened status, and the philosophy of the time was shoot first, ask questions later. So it escalated. Shots were fired.
It escalated. It's a chair. It escalated is such a funny thing to say. Oh, man.
It escalated. Shots were fired. Nobody was hurt, thankfully.
Good. That means they have the chance to answer questions, because those are coming later.
Yeah. But yeah, everybody had to duck and cover. U2 and his family and Chris Blackwell were...
You just call him U2?
Yeah. I don't know why I said U2. Bono and his family and Chris Blackwell said, all right, screw that vacation. We're leaving. And they hopped on a commercial flight back and just gave up. Unfortunately, Jimmy Buffett, since it was his plane, had to stick around.
Yeah.
And it took years to work it all out to where he could actually get his plane back.
Years? Really?
Yeah, it was held up by Jamaican authorities for years. And so he lost his seat on his plane to the hat.
He lost his whole plane.
He sure did.
What a unique twist. What a way that I never would have guessed this fact was about.
Apparently, Jimmy had, quote, only come for chicken.
Dang. That's tough.
This whole incident is what inspired his song Jamaica Mistake, which appeared on the 1996 album Banana Wind.
That's so ridiculous. Only Jimmy Buffett could get away with that. And I'd be like, yes. That song title, I gotta know more. I think, because it's probably like a little 4-person, like a Cessna, like a biplane, it's a little plane.
Oh, it's way bigger than that.
Really?
The Hemisphere Dancer is a huge plane.
How big is it?
It would fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It had 7 people plus an empty seat.
That's not that big.
I can show you a picture of the plane.
Yeah, I'd love to see a picture of the plane.
That's a decent, for a passenger plane that's flown by anybody, that's a decent sized plane.
Oh, that's the plane?
Yeah.
That's a pretty big plane.
The Hemisphere Dancer.
I thought it would be a little smaller. That's roomy for 7 people. You could fit a lot more in that.
That's what I'm saying. Well, they had a secret 8th passenger that refused to answer questions, apparently.
Yeah. Because I was like, man, if it's a small plane, the police could approach it. They could ask questions. They could clearly see that it was a hat. But why wouldn't they take the hat off the chair and say, look, it's a chair? I don't know. It's confusing.
Well, again, it all just happened very fast. There's also probably, some language stuff going on there with Jamaican authorities. I know they said there's all the drug trafficking going on. People were on high alert.
I'm going to say this is not the true version.
That they were shot at.
I do.
That's not in question here.
No, it's not. I'm going to say that this is not the true version of the plane hat seat. I love the commitment to the bit that he technically lost his seat on a plane to a hat because he lost his whole plane because he had a hat on the seat. But I don't think this is the true version of this fact. But it is incredible. What a great and wild story. And I can't wait to find out which parts of it are true. But I don't think it's the whole thing. I think the plane hat will return.
This is not the true original version of the plane hat fact.
It's not the true reveal of the plane hat. No, it's not.
But it still is a spin.
Oh, okay. Thank goodness. You're scaring me.
Yeah, I thought that one might scare you.
I seem like it could mostly be true, but there's no way that's what he had in mind back in the Gabrielle Aplin episode.
Yeah, this is a spin. The plane hat will return.
Wow.
But everything I told you about the story was true, minus there being a hat. They still landed in that plane, the Hemisphere Dancer, on a trip to get some chicken. when the authorities mistook his plane for a drug smuggling plane and just decided to open fire.
Take a few shots at it.
Yeah. Everybody else left. Jimmy Buffett had to stick around and sort it all out, and his plane was significantly damaged by bullet holes.
They must open fire a lot.
Yeah.
Wow. That was fun. I liked that fact.
Well, that was a spin.
Well, yeah, but...
And it's a historic spin at that.
It is! I didn't even mention it. That was
It's
the
our
500th spin.
Part of me really wanted to keep just doing all facts until the fact total also was one away from 500, and then do one episode where they both cross at the same time. But
That'd be cool.
I abandoned that idea because it was going to be... I thought you might catch on that I was doing way too many all facts.
Maybe. I mean, you were still 2 episodes away from it.
Yeah.
But what a doozy of a 500th spin. To be a recurring one, that was nice.
Yeah. When are we going to do you two?
It's a good question. I've had my eyes on the Joshua Tree for quite some time. Haven't gotten around to it yet.
I feel like we've talked about them a couple times on the podcast. They're a good spin cycle band at this point.
I feel like they've only come up once or twice.
Okay, so twice is a couple times, is it not?
Well, maybe they've only come up once.
I don't know.
No, they've come up a few times.
I honestly couldn't name you a single U2 song, but I feel like I know so much about them.
You totally can name a U2 song.
Could name it right now?
Yeah.
Absolutely couldn't. Now, if you named a song at me that was by U2, I'd probably be like, oh yeah, I know that.
Mm-hmm. In the Jungle, The Lion Sleeps Tonight.
Oh, is that them?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wait, do they do With or Without You?
They do With or Without You. They don't do The Lion Sleeps Tonight. That was the 501st spin of the podcast.
I was so confused. I was like, there's no way they do that. What are you talking about?
No, but that'd be funny. They do With or Without You. See? I told you could name one.
So I guess I can name one U2 song. Yeah. Ridiculous.
I don't even know who really sings that.
Actually, I think I do. Isn't In the Jungle by the Tokens?
Oh, yeah, it is. Yep, to hear you say it, I do know that. Well, Mixtaper, it's been a lovely cruise.
A lot of violence.
We'll see you next week for more Factor Spin, and until then, we'll miss you so badly.
Yeah, until then. Yeah!
It was a lot of violence this time. Welcome back, Connor.
Hello. Don't mind me.
Huh?
Just over here, in the shelter.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I wonder why the Mixtaper ever goes home. Sounds like he's got a nice room with a view now, though. That's great.
Yeah, except we live in an apartment, so can't wait to find out how they feel about property damage when he added that window.
Maybe they won't notice. Well, Changes in Latitudes, Changes in Attitudes. Let's talk about this album art. Well, we've got reddish text on a tan yellow background. Where have we seen this style on a tropical sort of album recently? I wonder. It does kind of call to mind Bob Marley's Exodus just a bit, doesn't it?
A teeny bit.
But it's the compass rose on there. Changes in Latitudes. It's perfect for an album about latitudes.
It is.
A nice compass, always pointing you north, taking you where you need to go. I love the font on his name. It's so decorative, so embellished. And I like that he found a way to name this album like the longest album title in the world and then hide it on the album cover so that you can barely read it.
I like it. It's simple. It's aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But that's really all I have to say about it. It's just so simple.
Yeah.
Let's get into these tracks. We got 10 of them. It's honestly such a quick listen. I've listened to this album a few times today already because it's just so easy to get through. Up first, one of the big hits and a title track, Changes in Latitudes, Changes in Attitudes.
Awesome title, by the way.
Awesome title. Such a good rhyme. That is Jimmy Buffett's whole thing. He literally did. I mean, he moved south and it changed his whole attitude, his whole outlook.
Yeah.
Changes went to number 37 on the Billboard Hot 100, number 24 on the country charts, and a solid number 11 on the easy listening charts. It's one of his big 8 songs, one of his most popular live hits. Instant classic. The beginning of the song, little Easter egg, interpolates a song called Yellow Bird, which is a Haitian song from the 1800s. I mean, that literally only lasts for the first 6-ish seconds, and then it kind of rolls over into the changes in latitudes, changes in attitudes that we all know and love. That melody is so chill.
The whole album.
I know. Yeah. I have to confess, I mean, a lot of Jimmy Buffett songs just kind of sound so similar to me. He does his one thing, and every song is kind of his one thing.
There is a bit of that, isn't there?
Yes, and I don't mind it so much, because again, it's just a vibe. It's the whole album being what it is, but especially on some of the lesser famous tracks, they all kind of blend into a delicious margarita. And all of his lyrics are stuff like ran into a chum with a bottle of rum and we wound up drinking all night. That could be a verse from any Jimmy Buffett song at all.
Yeah.
It's so good. Reading departure signs in a big airport reminds me of the places I've been. Visions of good times that brought so much pleasure makes me want to go back again.
What's your favorite line?
Oh, man. It's got to be Good Times and Riches and SOBs. I've seen more than I can recall.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be, right?
Yeah. He edits that line in the radio version, but it's so good. I also love the instrumental breakdown. The harmonies that they put onto that lead line with some of the keyboard layering, they're just incredible. What a song. And then we get into a softer, slower song right away, a ballad. Wonder Why We Ever Go Home.
Yeah.
This one's so reflective, and the harmonica in it is really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually a variant of Wonder Why We Ever Go Home on the soundtrack for the movie Rancho Deluxe, starring Jeff Bridges.
Oh.
But this version here, it's an album cut. I like it a lot. It's less of a beachy kind of song and more of a, you're not chilling on a beach, you're out on your boat in the open ocean watching the sunset. The years grow shorter, not longer, and the feelings for moving grow stronger. So you wonder why you ever go home. You got to seek out new experiences, just live life to the fullest. Why do you ever go home?
Yeah.
The river gets deeper, not shallow, the further you move downstream. I think it's just a really pretty little ballad.
Do you have a spare tire?
Yeah, I have a spare tire. Well, I don't think it's a proper spare. I think it's a donut.
It's just a donut. I think that's kind of the new. I don't think a lot of people drive around with spares anymore, except maybe like Jeeps.
Yeah, all the Jeeps do.
It's kind of their thing.
But the donuts are so good, they can get you pretty far, and they don't take up a ton of space.
Yeah.
I mean, they straight up make tires that you can drive while they're flat for a while. So between that and a donut, you can really get a decent amount of mileage, like driving around with no spare. I'll tell you one thing, though. Our humor is not in need of repair. The song is unrelatable.
Oh, no. I think it depends on the episode.
Yeah, well, that's true. It's a very nice contemplative song. Wonder Why You Ever Go Home is pretty nice. And then we roll right into Banana Republic's, the first cover on the album.
The clothing store.
Not the clothing store. Like the actual Banana Republics. That's a whole term that came about because of like the CIA.
What's that have to do with clothes?
It doesn't. There's like a whole backstory to the Banana Republic thing.
Clothing in America, CIA.
Banana Republics.
No, I remember the term. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a derogatory term for politically unstable countries whose economy depends on an export like bananas.
Mm-hmm. And then somebody thought it was a good idea for clothing.
Yeah, I don't know why they named clothing that. And Jimmy Buffett, I mean, his song is all about going to Banana Republics, getting out, going to a place where the government's different. Some of them are running tons of ganja. The Jamaicans are watching out for that. Some are running from the IRS. You'll find all these people in the hotels and bars hustling the senoritas in these Banana Republics. It's like a little safe haven for, like, crime.
Some are running from the IRS.
Yeah. You know that you can't trust them because they know they can't trust you. Expatriated Americans feeling so alone. I mean, this is also not a chill beach song, honestly. This song has a lot of political undertones to it, too. But it's easy to overlook those. It's easy to be called by the lure of the sea.
Yeah.
And just give into the Jimmy Buffettness of it. And, I mean, in the same way that they pacified Bob Marley, it's a little easy to take the teeth out of Jimmy Buffett here.
I really like the way he says senoritas. He gets that little, like, tongue roll going.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Even, like you said, the style is just so similar on the song, but yet it never gets boring.
No, it doesn't. There's a xylophone solo on here, a marimba? That's a marimba.
I think it's a marimba.
Yeah. Spending the renegade pesos on a bottle of rum and a lime. Wow. Wonder if they're drinking that Salsa rum from Justin Timberlake. It's kind of an interesting song. And I think it's a really good flow to go from Changes to Wonder Why We Never Go Home. Banana Republics feels really like a smooth transition from Wonder Why We Ever Go Home. And then we rock it up a little bit with Tampico Trauma. That clean electric guitar comes in right away. Really catches your ear. The piano comes in and rocks behind it. Tampico Trauma really gets into a groove. Tampico, of course, is a city in Mexico. And it's another song he talks about going south of the border where the law and order is kept by federales who just want to be your friend. They tell you that anyway. It's kind of a simple song. Jimmy Buffett sings about getting drunk, getting thrown out of the country, and all the federales who said they were his friend, they say, if you come back, we may not be your friend. We might not be nice next time.
Yeah.
Tampico Trauma is just a pretty groovy song. I do wonder how much Jimmy Buffett actually got in trouble with the law like this. I mean, seems like we keep running into stories about it or he's singing about it. Surely it wasn't that much.
It seems more common than I would have thought.
I know, he seems like such a chill guy, and all these cops are like, you better not.
Don't make us.
There's also a beverage, a juice, called Tampico.
Huh.
Yeah, it contains 100% daily value of vitamin C. I just like the instrumentation on Tampico Trauma. They kind of do some fun little chromatic walk downs that make it a fun song.
The instrumentation is definitely the standout here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like he loves the island vibe, but the islands don't love him. Keep firing on his planes and kicking them out. And
right.
Up next, though, we're going on a lovely cruise.
Yeah, a lovely, lovely cruise. It's another cover, originally by Jonathan Bayham, but it is so beautiful. Man, have you ever been on a cruise? You haven't, right?
Nope, never been on a cruise.
I've been on one cruise, so I know everything about them. Honestly, it was great. I totally understand why some people are not cruise people. And I totally understand why some people are cruise people. And they make that their vacation is to go on a cruise. There's ups and downs.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, there's, first of all, for the people who aren't cruise people, you are stuck on a boat. And if you pick a bad boat or the crowd is bad, it could be loud and smelly. Like, it could be all kinds of just, you could be packed onto the ship with a bunch of people and there's no escape and not much to do if you don't really like anything that's going on. Or there's like motion sickness to think about, if you've got a lot of sea days, if your destination is not what you expect, like you're kind of limited to the time that you could go do excursions. Not a vacation for everybody. On the flip side, so fun to go and have all your food taken care of, nothing to worry about. You can go chill by the pool and there's like trivia games and shows to see. And we went at a time when it wasn't so crowded and there weren't a ton of kids, not a lot of noise. We just did a 4-day, so we didn't have very much time at sea. We picked a fun excursion and it was so cheap, honestly. So I can entertain both arguments. I totally get both sides of the cruise thing. But thankfully, we had a lovely cruise.
It's awesome.
Yeah. I feel like they should play this song at the end of every cruise. Just through the loudspeakers on the ship. Why not, May you always remember these moments are shared by few. There's wind in our hair and water in our shoes. Honestly, wind in the hair makes sense. Probably shouldn't be a lot of water in your shoes on the boat because the whole thing about a boat is it's not in the water.
Yeah, well, maybe you're like in the pool on the boat.
In the pool? Yeah, you could be in the pool.
Yeah.
In your shoes?
They put water in the vessel that's in the water.
Yeah, pool on a boat is a little ironic, but it's moving water under the boat. You're moving through the water. Can't get in that. It's like Closing Time as a song, but for a cruise. It's a nice way to end the first half of the album. And then we start the back half of the album on another incredibly strong note with the big one, Margaritaville. Margaritaville went to number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100. It topped the easy listening chart. It ended up being Jimmy Buffett's highest charting single. I mean, heck, it was so popular it became his whole entire brand. And it's lent its name to some greatest hits compilations, that jukebox musical, and even more. It entered the Grammy Hall of Fame in 2016, and it made it into the Library of Congress's National Recording Registry in 2023. Everybody knows Margaritaville. Everybody's searching for their lost shaker of salt.
Are you wasting away again in Margaritaville?
You know it. I'm just nibbling on sponge cake.
I can't believe he lost his shaker of salt, though.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing to lose. It's kind of a weird thing to take somewhere that you could lose it, to be honest. And if you do take it somewhere you can lose it, it's his own fault. I doubt you can legitimately blame a woman for taking your salt shaker. When he wrote the song, he was trying to write a carefree beach song. Shocker, right? So unusual for Jimmy Buffett. But that's what he was trying to do. He went down to Miami to get some inspiration, but he was having, not a lovely cruise. He had a rough time. He lost a flip-flop, and he stepped on a beer can top, and he cut his foot. And of course, he did actually lose his shaker of salt for his margarita. He told his producer about it. He said, I'm trying to write this beach song, but I'm having a bad day. Listen to all this stuff. And he said, what if I write a song about that? And his producer said, okay, but that's kind of a sucky concept for a song. You lost a flip-flop and you cut your foot. Like, what? You can't make a song out of that. It's kind of bad. But Jimmy Buffett came back a few days later and played Margaritaville for him. And he said, oh, you were right. That's going to be a hit. So that's what the verses are all about. He sits on his front porch waiting for the shrimp to boil, wasting away. And then he stays there all season. A surprising tattoo shows up. He doesn't remember how it got there. He's just been in a daze. And then he blew out his flip-flop, stepped on a pop-top, cut his heel, and had to cruise on home.
That's the worst part.
That's rough, yeah.
Imagine when your flip-flop blows out.
Yeah. But then he ends that verse with this incredible line. There's booze in the blender, and soon it will render that frozen concoction that helps me hang on. Ridiculous. What a neat little lyric. Can't think of my blender as rendering too many things, but now I will, I guess, all the time. He also does that evolving chorus situation that you like. Most of it stays the same, but he really changes who he's placing the blame on. It's nobody's fault. Well, it might be my fault. Yes, it is my fault. Kind of a nice little character development moment.
Yeah, I like a story that, or a song that can tell a story where it, grows.
Yeah. Apparently, Jimmy Buffett was pushing for Elvis to cut Margaritaville. He did not, but imagine that.
That would be wild.
I can't hear it any other way than the Jimmy Buffett way. It's just the epitome of Jimmy Buffett songs. If there was a Mount Rushmore of Jimmy Buffett songs, it would be Margaritaville. Then we get to track 7, In the Shelter. It's actually a dupe. Jimmy put out a version of this song on his second record.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he punched it up here in Changes. In the Shelter, it's pretty cool. Mostly just hangs around on one chord for a lot of the time. It's another case where the song just feels like a Jimmy Buffett chill beach song, but this woman's crying in the shelter. Lonely princess, what's it all about? Nothing's going well. Too many small suggestions ended in forced repressions long ago. Too many wild rejections ended in angry questions from her dad. It's kind of an ambitious song.
It kind of is.
This woman that runs away from home and ends up in the shelter, looking for safety, fleeing everything she's ever known. It's a heck of a follow-up to Margaritaville, where nothing can ever be wrong ever. And this is like everything is wrong all the time.
Everything's wrong always.
It's kind of a real pivot, but wow. But In the Shelter is one of those songs that, it just kind of feels like it runs together with the rest of the album. Gets blended into the vibe.
Well, a part of that's just due to the fact that it's right up against Margaritaville.
Yeah, I'm still hungover.
Mm-hmm.
Up next is another one, though, that gets stuck in my head a lot. Missed You So Badly.
Yeah, Miss You So Badly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything blew up in Missoula. Jimmy Buffett's getting out of town. He leaves, and then he realizes that he misses this girl so badly. He loves her madly, and he's feeling sad.
He's feeling sadly.
Sadly, yeah. He's losing track of the days since he's been home. He's homesick, and he sings about all these things.
I wonder why you would ever go home.
Right, wonder why. Seems like this is a reason why.
Yeah, I think we've answered the question from track 2.
Yeah. Honestly, the whole second half of the album, because we sing about going home and being homesick, and then Biloxi eventually was up next, and then that's all about his hometown, too.
Mm-hmm.
Wild. When he talks about staying in a Holiday Inn full of surgeons that they meet once a year, kind of reminds me of Parrot Con. But he watches these surgeons and he decides that he doesn't like their behavior. I don't think I'd ever let him cut on me because I don't like the way that they act when they're not doing surgery and stuff. Got a head full of feeling higher and an ear full of Patsy Cline. Wow. The longer I'm gone, the closer I feel to you. He's just counting the hours till he gets home. Miss you so badly. It's really that chorus that gets stuck in my head. I miss you so badly. The cadence of it kind of reminds me of Margaritaville a little bit. It's like an echo.
Yeah.
Up next, a song that surprised me, Biloxi. We talked about how Jimmy Buffett is from Biloxi, Mississippi. Mm-hmm. This song is a cover. It's unbelievable that this is a cover. I had always thought it was his own original tribute to his hometown and his childhood, but no.
I would have assumed so.
I know. The original is done by Jesse Winchester, and Jimmy Buffett just parrots it here. But it is still a pretty song, and I'm sure it's relatable to him for all the same reasons. It's so quiet. It's almost a cappella. He just kind of lightly picks a guitar to accompany himself for a while. The whole vibe of it is very understated. Probably more so than anything else on the album. Even Wonder Why We Ever Go Home. This is the longest song on the album, and it's so slow. Like, these lines are really spread out. I think it's really sweet. A great inclusion here. Feels very sentimental. What do you think about it? Ballad guy?
Well, as the ballad guy, I hate it. No.
Whoa, man. Did someone change your latitude?
No, but it is probably my least favorite ballad on the album.
Wow. 2 of 2.
Yeah.
Well, 3 if you count Lovely Cruise.
I was counting Lovely Cruise. I think it takes too long to assemble all the pieces that make this song sound good. By the time you hit like that 2.5 minute mark,
yeah,
you're into a part of the song that I can really vibe to. But that first 2.5 minutes is all just the individual pieces slowly kind of getting their own moment, and it's very empty and cut down.
Oh, yeah, it gives the song a chance to crescendo.
Yeah, I think it's too long of a crescendo.
Too slow of a slow burn.
Yeah, I think if you're more than a minute into the song and you still haven't actually, built it, you're going too slow.
Fair enough. It hits a pretty dramatic climax in the 4th minute.
It does.
Strings and everything happening.
It's a pretty good climax, too. It's also, for whatever reason, the longest song on the album.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think also doesn't help. Like I said, if you just got into that build faster, I think it would have been a more appropriate length as well.
Yeah, that's true.
You could... No, that was going to be too harsh.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I was going to say you could put Biloxi in a landfall.
Oh, did you... Like a landfill?
Like a landfill. Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Awesome.
Because a landfall, isn't that a collapse of a kind of like like what's it called? Like a avalanche, but not in the snow.
Are you talking about a mudslide?
A mudslide would be like into, I don't know. I just thought a landfall was like a type of natural phenomenon where like the earth moved suddenly and avalanche styled.
No. That's like a rock slide or a mudslide. Landfall is like what a hurricane does when it hits the land. It makes landfall.
Yeah, I guess it does that too. Yeah, it's here. Landfall. A collapse of a mass of land, especially one that blocks a route.
Oh, I've never heard that term. I've only heard of it in the hurricane sense, or like landing a boat, making landfall.
Yeah, I say then landfall, an arrival at land or at sea or air journey. So yeah, that's why they use it for like hurricanes when it comes in from the sea and finally hits land.
I don't know. What Merriam-Webster seems to be on my side. Landfall. I like this song. Oh man, it's just another good rocker to close out the album on a higher note, a faster note than Biloxi. He was like, what if I just left? What if I sailed away and made no landfall? If I was just gone? What if I lived half my life in an 8x5 room, cruising to the sound of the big diesel boom? It's not close quarters that would make me snap. It's dealing with the daily unadulterated crap. Preach, Jimmy Buffett.
Pretty good. That's pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's a rare line that reads like that. He even talks about here, he said, what would they do if I wrote the big book? And he did. He wrote 8 big books. Well, some little, but, you know, man, what a song. Just about getting away on a boat, getting out into the world, potentially meeting Lucille Ball. You know, who knows? Just the usual stuff.
Yeah, who knows?
Jimmy Buffett. What a guy. What a life. Should we get to some final spin?
Yeah, let's bring this episode in from sea.
Let's make landfall. Nobody's doing it like Jimmy Buffett. Nobody has done it like Jimmy Buffett. I mean, he says other people have come before and he's sure people will come after, but man, he kind of stands alone. I love his tropical beachy vibes. It's perfect for the start of summer, perfect for being out on the water. Just vibes. Good vibes. 86 on the music. A lot of these songs are really memorable melodies and catchy little things. They all, you know, like I said, blends together into one Jimmy Buffett sound, but it works for him. So an 86 there. Given the lyrics in 84, the lyrics are mostly very literal, mostly very, I'm on a beach, I'm on a boat, I'm drinking margaritas, I'm hanging out, this is life, I'm catching fish. You know what I mean? Very straightforward. They let you kind of put yourself in the speaker's shoes and make you go, man, I wish I was on a beach. So I'm giving the lyrics an 84. Instruments and production, 84. I love the decisions to include, you know, a lot of the harmonicas and string instruments and marimbas. He really builds the beach vibe from the ground up, which is great. Overall vibe, 86. It's a fun album. It's a pretty easy, like I said, quick listen, light sort of album, but not toothless. He's got a few moments in there where he kind of digs at something deeper than surface level sunshine. So overall, I'm giving Changes in Latitudes, Changes in Attitudes, an 86.2, landing it on the list at number 349, which puts it above Beyonce's Cowboy Carter. So I guess we're comparing two people who are country artists somewhat obliquely. And then it also lands below The Record by Boy Genius. But top 350 on Buffett.
Wild.
Love it. How about you? How's this beach album grab you?
Good times and vibing.
Good times and rum with limes.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I was already a Jimmy Buffett fan just from the hits. Hearing some of his lesser hits, I'm still a fan.
Nice.
Like you said, he's kind of got one style, but you never get tired of it.
At least not yet. I haven't ever listened to Jimmy Buffett in such quantities, but he's great on a playlist.
My top 3 was hard this week.
Really?
Well, there was 2 easy no-brainers.
Yeah.
But the other one in the honorable mention were a bit tougher. But we're going to give it to Changes in Latitudes, Changes in Attitudes. Of course, the title track.
Yup.
We're going to give honorable mention to Wonder Why We Ever Go Home.
Oh, nice.
Love the harmonica, but the sentiment was a little weird. So just honorable mention.
You don't like the traveling spirit?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the album answers the question later in the album.
Yeah, it's true. It does.
So
I Miss You So Badly. Biloxi, Remember the Good Old Days. Yeah, that's true.
then we're going to go Lovely Cruise.
Nice.
And finally, Margaritaville.
Yep.
Of course.
Of course.
Is there any question that it's going to be Changes in Latitudes, Changes in Attitudes, and Margaritaville that make it on the playlist?
Unfortunately, not really. Those have to be the two.
I think they're the best 2. They're my favorite 2. So
I mean, they're my favorite too as well.
that's the whole point of the favorite songs.
The only reason I wouldn't pick them would be that I'd want more exposure on a lesser popular track.
Sure.
But I can't think of what one I'd want it to be. Maybe Lovely Cruiser, Wonder Why We Never Go Home. I don't know. But there's no question. It's got to be Changes in Margaritaville.
Well, there you go. Let's see my score.
Yeah, where's he going to end up for you?
It's been a minute, I think.
Well, you haven't given any 5s in a long time. Not since Rascal Flatts. You haven't given any 6s in even longer. Since Charlie XCX. You recently gave a 7. You're not too far from your last 8 or 9. Pretty far from the 10s. I don't think you're going to venture down into the 4s, 3s, and 2s.
Yeah, 4 3s and 2s have been like days since I've given. The 5s and 6s has been more like hours since I've given it. But, it's been a minute. So that's actually given us...
Oh, I was confused. I was like, yeah, it's literally been days since you gave a 4, because that was last week. Weezer, unredeemed.
It's been a minute since I've given 9 matinee buffets.
Oh, fantastic.
Out of 10.
Matinee buffets or manatee buffets. Take your pick. 9. It has been a while since the 9s. Bob Marley got a 9. Mm-hmm. That's nice. I'm not surprised Jimmy Buffett got a 9. Is he going in your country corner with the rest of your country artists in the 9s?
Well, I mean, apparently he's a country artist,
Seems like where he kind of belongs conventionally.
Conventionally, yes. That is where he belongs. But he's unfortunately going to be just a little removed from the country corner.
Oh, we're changing his latitude. Is he going north or south?
Well, I think in Jimmy Buffett style, he'd want to go a little south.
Yeah, he would.
So he's going to end up right above Bad Bunny.
Oh, wow.
No, you know what? Right below Bad Bunny.
That's better.
Right below Bad Bunny. Right above Bruce Springsteen.
That's ridiculous. Honestly, between Bad Bunny and this, I mean, those are probably the 2 most Spanish-heavy albums that we've done.
Just like the good time vibes.
That's true. Well, awesome. I guess that's going to do it for this episode. You can find us sitting on a beach, or if not there, find us wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to follow and rate and subscribe and say hi. Follow us on socials, at SpinItPodOfficial on Instagram and at SpinItPod on X. We'll have a lovely cruise. Oh, and we're on www.spinitpod.com. I almost forgot the website.
Tell a Parrothead about the podcast.
Nice. No, just tell a parrot, and then it can tell other people for you.
Oh, that's very smart. It'll parrot it.
Yeah.
Good move.
Love it. We'll see you next week. And until then, you know what to do. Keep track of your salt shakers and keep spinning.
That's so funny.
Thank you. I think we've made a grave mistake.
I don't know what that means.
I think it was a mistake to talk about Jimmy Buffett and do this album at a time when I am nowhere near my next beach vacation.
Oh, that is a mistake.
Because now I'm in the mood. Now I'm upset that I'm not at the beach and I'm going to work on Monday.
Yeah, that we messed up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nothing stopping you from hopping in your car and changing your latitude.
That's right. Hey, boss, what if I never made landfall?
Change your latitude might change your attitude.
What if I never made workfall?
What if I never made workfall?
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's 1:14 here.
Well, it's not 1:14 here. It's 5:14 somewhere. They should make 59 little micro time zones.
So that it can always be 5 o'clock somewhere?
Well, I guess it wouldn't work because then you just need one time zone where it was always 5 o'clock.
Oh, it just never changed time?
Yeah, it just stays 5 o'clock.
Isn't that just Margaritaville? I would think in Margaritaville they have a clock that's always set at 5. If they don't, they should.
I'll have to go check at Margaritaville and let you know. If you don't hear from me in the next few hours, you'll know I've wasted away again.
I'll miss you so badly.